Hello, chat. Hello, welcome. Welcome, of course, to the Tuesday session with me, Mike. It is so lovely to see you all here. Welcome, welcome one and all. Chat, it's another day, and today is going to be full of reading more Reddit stories. Now, today, chat, I have been looking through everything that you guys have submitted to me, and I have pulled out some stories that I think will tickle your pickle, will interest your fancies, and various other bits and pieces. Hello, Rover Elliot. Good to see you, man. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Now, chat. I've got some big stuff to talk about today. Or at least one big thing to talk about today. Hello, chat. There we go. There are other people here. Hello, Reese. Hello, Laura. Hello, Transplant. Hello, Kim. Hello, everyone. Elizabeth Hampton, welcome. Good to see you as well. Are you a first-time chatter? I don't recognize your username, but welcome. In fact, no, I think I do. I think you have been in my community before. I think I recognize that. Grim, hello. It's lovely to see you too. Dr. Sinwa, hello, it's good to see you too. Welcome, welcome. In fact, Elizabeth Hampton, you couldn't have come at a better time. Lazy Kiwi, hello. I have got some pretty bloody big news. I'll be honest with you, chat. Some pretty bloody big news. Not only today, hello Specs, not only today have we got a plethora of different Reddit stories for me to talk you through, and all of which have been picked by you guys. I know there was someone who binged a few stories to me, and they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry for binging these," and I was like, "No, send them over to me. I'd love to see it." Yeah, like basically, we've got a load of Reddit stories. I've got this story from r/NoSleep because, of course, whenever I throw the door open to you guys submitting stuff, r/NoSleep is one of the more like common entities that seems to slip in. So we've got one from r/NoSleep. We've got two from r/Tifu, in which are these and these. But chat, the eagle-eyed of you will have noticed that I actually have two other tabs open. And that is because I was contacted by a group of people that some of you may or may not know called the Dark Dice. Which is a, I'll tell you what, the people who run it, Travis and Caitlin, they're very lovely people. I had the pleasure of meeting them a while ago, and, like, they talked to me about what they do. They showed me all of their really cool stuff that they've been involved with. They were also, I think they've also been involved with, like, other projects as well. I am hesitant to say the White Vault, but, like, I'm confident that that's them as well. They go by the name Fool and Scholar. Anyway, so they got in touch with me, and they said that there was an event that was going on. Hello, Zoe Goes Ghost, it's good to see you. They said that there was an event that's going on in London in August, and would I like to come and attend? And I was like, sure. They said, we've got a seat at the table. It's going to be a live horror D&D session, and we want you to come along. And I was like, sure. So, chat, I am officially announcing that I am going to be at the World's Lair, which is an event that is happening on the between the 26th and the 29th of August. So it's actually going to be I'm going to be there on the 27th. It's going to be a Wednesday, and I'm going to be taking part in their Dusk session. If you go to this website, thank you so much for that, Cree. If you go to their website, which is worldslair.com, and have a scroll down, you can actually find the Dark Dice down here, including info and tickets about the session. There's a few people who are going to be coming along to the Dark Dice session, some of whom's names you might remember. Apparently, Johnny Chiodini's going to be there. For those of you who have followed me for a number of years, you'll remember that he was actually on RQ's Gaming and Giving for the longest time. And also, alongside him, I know that David Alt is going to be there, which is pretty wild. I haven't actually managed to work with David in quite a long time, so it's going to be really, really cool to see him as well. And from what I've been told, in fact, if we go to this tab over here, which is the ticket link, I think, if I'm remembering right, there is also someone coming from Dimension 20. Where is it? That's them. Jasper William Cartwright. I really fucking hope I don't watch this and see me butchering their name. Oh my god. But yes, they are going to be there as well. And I'm going to be at the table with these people. I am going to be playing this with these people. It is wild. It's absolutely wild. Yeah, Joe, we're talking about like a massive event that's going on. It's gonna be awesome. So, chat, congratulations aside, if you can make it, I would love to see you there. It's gonna be on the 27th of August. The link, if you want to buy tickets, is in the chat. I don't get a kickback from this or anything like that. Like, this is just, I got invited. In fact, it was so random. They sent me the invite today. I accepted today, and they already announced me by this afternoon. Like, that's how quickly this is moving. So if you can come down to London on the 27th, I would love to see you there. To answer the question that I've been asked a few times now, I don't know if it's going to be recorded. I don't know if there's going to be any evidence of it thereafter. But like, it's going to be wild. You're kidding, you're going to be there. Gracie, yeah, I will be there. I'm going to be at the table with the Dark Dice team up on the stage, and this is going to be my first ever time playing D&D live, which is honestly mind-blowing. Like, I have played D&D every Thursday. What date? The 27th of August. The date is the 27th of August. I am going to be there from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. on the evening session. The link is in the chat. Kree, if you wouldn't mind dropping it again. Yeah, I'm in a D&D thing. I know, I'm in a D&D thing. So you guys will get to come and meet me. I'll probably bring like some bits and pieces down with me too. Thank you, Kree. Much appreciated. Click on that link. Get your tickets today. You will need the Dusk ticket. It's at a place called Between the Bridges, which is down on the South Bank for those who know. For those of you who don't know, it's a short stop outside of Waterloo train station. So yeah, come on down. Genuinely, I would love to see you all there if you're able to make it. And as I say, it's gonna be a first time for me to come and do something like this. I can't believe that I was invited. I can't believe I've already been announced. Like, genuinely, that is absolutely wild. So yeah, like I say, 27th of August from 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. You can find me there. We're going to go do some awesome stuff. We're going to have a great time of it. Remember, if you want to just come and see me, you'll need the Dusk ticket. You can buy both if you want to be there for the whole day, because it is a whole day event. There's plenty of other stuff going on there as well. There'll be plenty of other things to keep you well entertained. And yeah, it's just kind of nuts that I've been invited to this, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to go and see it. For those of you who are just rolling in, no, I don't know if it's going to be recorded. I have no further information. I was literally invited today. So yeah, if you can make it, it'd be great to see you there. But that's the big news. I digress. I'm just incredibly excited to be part of this as a thing. So yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be cool. Thank you, chat. I appreciate you all very, very much. And hey, who knows? Who knows what may happen? But yeah, I just think it's kind of wild. I've never played D&D live. I genuinely am shitting myself because I'm going to be performing alongside some really top tier people. So yeah, if you do come down, it'd be great to see you in the audience and come and support and, you know, just laugh at my terrible jokes. That's literally it. I just need people in the audience to laugh when I make a terrible joke. And that will be it. That will be it. But anyway. So yeah, like I say, go grab a ticket if you can. I would love to see you there. If not, that's fine. I'm sure there will be more events that you can come to in the future. Well, if this goes well. If it goes horrendously wrong, maybe I'll never be invited to another event again. Maybe this is the only one that I will ever do. But I really hope that that's not the case. So yeah, we will see. We will see. But anyway, chat. Anyway. Today we are not talking about that necessarily. We are talking about Reddit. You're gonna do great. I really, really hope that I do, Reese. We will see. And thank you, Fem. I appreciate it. Like I say, we'll see. It's gonna be a lot of fun either way. Like I say, I've met Travis and Caitlin. I know that they're great people. I know they're fantastic DMs. If you haven't listened to The Dark Dice, you can find it over on Spotify and wherever else you get your podcasts from. Go check them out. If you want to, you can follow them on Instagram. I'm pretty sure they've just opened a new TikTok as well. So if you want to go follow them there, follow them there. Like I say, they're really good people. And it would be lovely if you could go share some love their way as well, as I'm sure they will be doing for me at some point in the future. But until then, shall we dive into today's main thing, which is, of course, r/NoSleep. We've got 3 stories today. One of them is quite long. 2 of them are quite short. And I will endeavor to do my best, as always, to be able to give them to you in dramatic format. Hello, Milo. Welcome. Unfortunately, Milo, you have just missed a massive announcement. You'll have to wind the tape back and go take another look, because we are moving on. This is As I Slay. This is As I Slay. r/NoSleep from 6 years ago. This was posted by a user called Zacharias Frost. And apparently it's the best title of 2019. I'm not sure what that means, but at the same time, I'm sure it's good. So this was sent to me by one of you guys in chat. I'm quite excited to read it. I've given it a skim just to make sure that it is all right, and I think this one is okay. So, like I say, chat, we're going to dive on in. So grab your drink of choice, get yourselves nice and comfy. If you're in bed, stay in bed, guys. Stay cozy. Stay warm. Let me lull you into a state of either sleep or disbelief as we dive once again into the world of Reddit. This, as I say, is r/NoSleep. And I, of course, am Mike. Enjoy. 11 rules for dipshits who bought a haunted house. Well, you really screwed up this time, didn't you? You found a gnarly deal on a beautiful home that almost seemed too good to be true, and you jumped at it. And now you're all moved in. You've started to notice some anomalies. You know the type, the spooky dooky anomalies of the supernatural persuasion, bumps in the night, doors opening and closing by themselves, auditory hallucinations of voices and whispers. It's more common than you may think, but not everyone realizes the danger. These signs could be proof that some forsaken lost soul inhabits the property. Maybe the previous grandmother self-immolated in the attic. Maybe dear old dad went suddenly insane and repainted the house with the blood of his children. Or mum tried seducing demons in the basement. If this sounds even vaguely familiar to you, and you are looking to be the good old internet for help, then you've come to the right place. Lazy Kiwi, thank you so much for those 5 gifted memberships. You see, I have this friend. Well, had this friend named Nathan. A couple of months back, Nathan found a house for sale in South Georgia. It was nestled along a remote stretch of woods just outside of Waycross. It was a historical area, an old colonial-style home just under 5,000 square feet, 6 bed, 6 bath, with white picket fences and a dozen acres. The quintessential American dream house by all accounts. The price was unbelievably low, but after Nathan contacted the real estate agent, he found that the price he had seen listed was indeed the price that was being asked. Now, for most people, I imagine this would have raised some pretty big red flags, but Nathan was an idiot. The confident type of idiot that believed machismo is substantial for conquering all of life's obstacles, much like one Mark I. Plyer. I know it's not kind to speak ill of the dead like that, spoiler alert, but I'm just trying to give an accurate portrayal of the kind of person that Nathan was. You know, the alpha male who hits on your girlfriend, lives in the gym, and probably spanks his meat for his own selfies. More, for people like Nathan, friend is really just another word for ego reinforcer. He was cocky and often let pride get the better of him. His wife Janelle was actually my ex-girlfriend from a while back. Bit of a skank and practically a supermodel. They had 2 kids, Natalie and Mason, who were both spoiled brats. Again, I'm just trying to give an honest perspective of them in hopes that we may well learn something from what happened. It's unfortunate that they decided to refer to someone as a skank in 2025. Wow. You see, what happened to Nathan, which I will get into later, was something which I believe could have been easily avoided if only he had followed a few simple instructions. After the funeral, I got to pondering on the matter, and realized that what we all really need is a set of rules to follow if you believe that your house is haunted. So let's begin. Rule number 1. When looking to purchase or rent a house, always ask for the history. Odds are, if a house is being offered at way below the market value, then there is a very good reason for it being that way. Nathan didn't do this, and thought that the under-market price was simply the universe handing him something he didn't really earn, as it often seemed to do. Nathan jumped at the offer, and within a few weeks he and his family were approved to begin moving in. I volunteered to help them move in, and I'll be honest, the house was absolutely gorgeous. Things were great for them at first, but Nathan soon started noticing some odd occurrences. It started with this knocking sound that seemed to reverberate all over the home at odd hours. He said he could never seem to pinpoint where it was coming from, and it never seemed to originate from the same place twice. Eventually, he just chalked it up to the house settling, but that was just the beginning. Rule 2. Trust your gut. The home is the last place you should feel uncomfortable. If you get that inkling of discomfort in the back of your mind that never seems to fully dissipate, pay attention to it. It's probably your subconscious trying to warn you. Nathan tried ignoring these sounds, told his wife that it was just normal or the wind, and comforted his children when they felt scared. He had 2 dogs, Rusty and Sailor, both of them black labs, and both seemed to become very anxious after moving in. Nathan did his best to get medication to help the dogs relax, but it didn't seem to help much. And that brings us to rule number 3. Along with your gut, you should also trust your pets. Animals have instincts far greater than humans. It's been said that man is the only creature who will sense danger and still wander into it. Animals have a sense for the supernatural, dogs and cats in particular. If you find them growling at what appears to be nothing, or you're constantly staring into specific areas of the house, then pay attention to that. Odds are they can see something that you can't. Nathan told me that Rusty, the older of the 2 dogs, would pace the hall each night for hours. He said it was like he was standing guard over something. On more than one occasion, Rusty suddenly blurted into a ferocious bout of barking and snarling. Nathan would come out into the hall but never found anything. He grew concerned for Rusty and took him to the vet, but the vet confirmed that he was in good health. Meanwhile, Sailor, the younger dog, slept at the side of Mason's bed each and every night. The poor boy soon developed crippling nightmares that would torment him relentlessly, and Sailor seemed to sense it. Each time Mason would wake up screaming, Sailor would be there to try and comfort him. Oh yes, he would. Oh yes, he would. What a good boy Sailor is. Oh yes, he is. And that segues perfectly into the next rule, or the rule number 4. Beware the nightmares. Young children are similar to animals in the way that they seem more perceptive to things that adults are not. This one can be difficult because there are many root causes of nightmares and things like anxiety, depression, and other mental illnesses. The telltale sign is whether your child suddenly develops them soon after entering a home. Poor Mason had absolutely horrific dreams, and night after night he would be tormented by them. He often spoke of the blurry man that came to him while he slept and whispered terrible things. He even said that sometimes he would see the blurry man while he was awake, but never more than a quick glimpse, and always in the shadows or outside in the woods. Nathan and his wife worried that perhaps Mason was schizophrenic, but multiple doctors confirmed that this was not the case. They tried giving Mason sleeping pills, various supplements, and burned incense to help him sleep more peacefully. It worked for a while, until Natalie started having them too. Rule number 5. Try to determine what kind of spirit you're dealing with. If you see flashes of a small child running through the halls at night or orbs spiraling in the air, then odds are your ethereal neighbour is rather benign. Some people even discover they rather enjoy life with a spectral roommate, and they find their antics to be rather interesting. Most believe that spirits who pass away before completing what their souls desired will become stuck in a sort of purgatory. Many are scared, confused, and angry, but some, primarily young children, seem to be almost jubilant at times. Most of these are unnerving, but altogether harmless. But then, there's the other spirits. Rule number 6. If you or any member of your family develop inexplicable bruises, cuts, or lesions, then do not take them lightly. This should be a massive red flag and is a very bad sign. If you feel as though you are being attacked as you sleep and wake up with unexpected scratches or wounds, then just get the hell out of the house. Honestly. A malevolent spirit capable of inflicting physical wounds is not something to be trifled with. Odds are that it's a demon. And honestly, that is the best case scenario. There are other non-abromatic related entities that could be responsible as well. They are very rare, but if encountered, well, I'm afraid that even my handy set of rules won't be enough to stop them. Natalie and Mason suffered multiple scratch marks, wounds, and even a few bruises that almost looked like bite marks. Nathan's wife Janelle was also subject to these attacks. The children's teachers at school started to notice and became quite worried for their safety. Obviously, their first thought was not paranormal, but rather that the children were being abused at home. And only when social services threatened to remove the children from his custody did Nathan finally agree to move them out of the house. Janelle and the kids moved in with her mother a couple of hours away, and Nathan was left all alone with the dogs. Rule number 7. Let people know what's going on. Yes, I know the thought of admitting to a close friend that you believe your house is haunted may be a daunting one, but it's usually better than the alternatives. The modern world rarely takes these claims seriously. We put ghosts in movies and video games, but when someone actually claims to see one, we aren't so quick to believe them. Technology and science have led us to believe that we are safe. That is our folly. But it's also a topic for a different day. This is yet another rule that Nathan did not abide. The worse that things got for him and his family, the more secluded he became. On numerous occasions he phoned the police saying that he believed someone had broken in, but they never found evidence of it. Eventually they put him on a blacklist and warned that any further contact would result in legal trouble. Rather than tell his parents or bother any of his friends about what was going on, he retreated into himself. He became fidgety and paranoid, at times refusing to return phone calls and text from his loved ones. He just broke contact, and things only got worse. Rule 8 and 9 sort of belong in the same category, although one is a little more extreme than the other. Rule number 8. If you suspect that something is up, it doesn't hurt to perform a cleansing. Like I said earlier, the modern world has little time to entertain the notion of ghosts and the supernatural, but that shouldn't ward you off. If you're unsure about whether or not your home is being haunted or not, then a routine cleansing can do wonders for you. I'm willing to bet that there are mediums and priests in your town that can get the job done. Even if you can't find anyone local, you can always just go online and find instructions for yourself. It's not as effective that way, but it's better than nothing. Rule number 9. If you're really feeling as though you are in danger, get someone to perform an exorcism. It's the step that no one wants to take. But desperate times call for desperate measures. Priests and spiritual leaders are your go-to for these kinds of things. And even if you yourself are not religious, well, these people honestly do know how to help. There's some evidence that Nathan was attempting to do this, but it's unknown why exactly it didn't work out. Maybe he second-guessed himself and thought that he couldn't handle it, or maybe his ego took control once again. Nathan had been collecting evidence for a while and had amassed quite a stash of clues. He had audio recordings which relayed banging on the walls and footsteps in the attic. He took multiple videos, but none of them really showed anything except for the last one. But by that point, it was too late. In his journal, he also wrote that he experienced items in the house levitating on several occasions, but sadly, he had no recorded proof of this. Rule number 10. The big one. Whatever you do, don't try to antagonize the spirit transplant. This should really go without saying, but angrily challenging the spirit or daring it to manifest is a really bad idea. But as you may have guessed, Nathan and his unlimited stream of testosterone decided to do just that. He got really drunk one night and began ruminating on all that had been happening. Nathan was always a skeptic, but he couldn't ignore that the psychological impact on his family, whether it was imagined or not. He realized his friendship with his children and his wife were being heavily strained. His relationship, rather. And his new house had become a place of hostility, and that made Nathan very angry. So Nathan stood up and shouted at his empty house for the spirit to come forth and face him. Transplant. After a couple of minutes, he was met with silence, and so he shouted again. Never once did the spirit answer his call. After a few more verbose challenges, he broke into a bout of laughter, probably believing himself to look ridiculous. Apparently, not everyone who was watching felt the same, though. Nathan managed to stumble into bed not long after and was out cold within a couple of minutes. Nathan had kept a security camera in his room in hopes of capturing proof, and that night, he found something. At around 2:13 a.m., Nathan is seen beginning to stir in his sleep in the security video. He grunts and speaks briefly, but the words are unintelligible. Suddenly, his eyes sprung wide open in bed and began glancing around the room. Nathan appeared to be struggling, but his body didn't move. It's believed he was suffering an episode of sleep paralysis, which left him temporarily paralyzed. His eyes continued to dart rapidly about the room. And then something happened that no one who saw the video could explain. The bedroom door slowly rolled open, but the darkness of the hallway was all-consuming. Nathan's chest began frantically pumping up and down, his eyes stretched wide open. Something was then seen moving in the hall. It could have been chalked up to a trick of the light at first, but then a hand was seen reaching through. It was gnarled and spindly, like the wretched malformed appendage of some abyssal denizen. The figure slowly sauntered through the doorway, its tall, dark silhouette nearly grazing the top of the doorframe. It had no definite features, appearing only as a hooded humanoid individual. No eyes or face, just a shadow corporealized from Nathan's deepest nights. Poor Nathan was heard mumbling and whimpering frantically, but in his paralyzed state, he was unable to fight back or flee. He could do nothing but watch in absolute horror as the thing approached him. It stopped at the foot of his bed and just stared at him for about a minute. Nathan continued to hyperventilate and did not blink once during the entire ordeal. The thing then finally moved closer and then leaned down only a couple of inches away from his face and appeared to whisper something. It was too quiet for the mic on the camera to pick up, but needless to say, it did not make Nathan feel any better about the situation. Suddenly, the thing lashed out with its twisted hands constricting like pythons around Nathan's throat. In his paralyzed state, he couldn't even struggle against the shrouded attacker, and within a minute Nathan's chest stopped moving, and his eyes fell still. The entity retracted its hands and stared at him for about a minute. Then, as if touting those who would see the footage, it looked directly into the camera. It whispered something again, but again it was too quiet to discern what it was, and then just as quickly as it had appeared, it waltzed out of the room and vanished back into the darkness. Nathan was found by his wife Janelle a few days later, and she called the police. After an autopsy, Nathan was determined to have died via strangulation, much as what was shown on the video. Cops scoured the premises and found footprints from the intruder. However, the footprints were soon matched to a pair of Nathan's own boots. The police, of course, were not so quick to believe that Nathan was simply killed by supernatural forces. They conducted interviews with neighbors, friends, and family members, but none of them seemed capable or motivated enough to have done it. And there were no signs of breaking and entering, and nothing had been stolen from the home. They came to me and conducted a full interview as well, but of course, that was a futile effort. I mean, sure, the fact that Janelle was my ex-girlfriend was reason to suspect me, but I quickly dissuaded their accusations. Nathan was my friend, despite him not really being a good friend. And what kind of friend bones your girlfriend behind your back anyways? I'm not bitter about it. At least, not as far as the police are concerned. My alibis were solid. That's good enough for them. And this, dear listener, brings us to my final rule. Rule number 11. Make sure that you exhaust all other options before coming to the conclusion that your house is in fact haunted. If only Nathan had taken a little more time to investigate his home and himself more thoroughly, then maybe he'd still be alive today. Maybe he would have found the mini wireless speakers hidden in his attic to play the sounds of knocking. Maybe he would have found the patches in his air ducts that leaked mild doses of hallucinogenic drugs into his home. Maybe he would have detected the dog whistle alarm that caused his dogs to react so strangely. If he bothered to check himself, he may have found trace amounts of suxmethototheme, a paralyzing toxin that once ingested will leave the person immobile yet conscious to all pain. It would have been difficult to find, as even a coroner does not normally test for the substance unless specifically requested. No matter how you slice it, this entire ordeal really comes back to Nathan himself. If only he had been a better person and not constantly demanded his peers at every turn, or demeaned them. If only he hadn't been so stubborn and proud. If only he hadn't gone behind my back and boned my ex-girlfriend, thus ruining our future and sending me into the spiraling depths of crippling depression, then maybe I would have helped him. So you may be wondering, is this my confession? No, of course not. This is only my list of suggestions and rules for how things may have turned out differently for Ethan and his family. These are all hypothetical explanations and are in no way to be considered incriminating evidence to be used in court against me or anyone else for that matter. And besides, if this really was a confession, then that would make anyone who read it an accessory to murder. And we certainly wouldn't want that, would we, Transplant? Anyway, nonetheless, I hope you can understand that, and I hope you do know that we can trust each other in this regard. After all, I have really good software for tracing IPs, and Reddit makes it incredibly easy to access them. We wouldn't want your house to suddenly become haunted now, would we? And that ends today's r/NoSleep chat. This was a fantastic story. I really, really liked that one. Genuinely, I think that was incredibly well written, and genuinely, I had a lot of fun with that. Like, I genuinely had a lot of fun with that one. I think that that's probably the best story that I've read so far, and like, I actually genuinely am incredibly impressed. So, Zacharias Frost, man, I'm sure many other people have said it, but for me, honestly, that was, I think, one of the greatest things that I have read in a little while, like on r/NoSleep. So, good job, man. Good job. If anyone knows who that is, please do pass this on. I would genuinely love it. Hello, Cheryl. Welcome. Right then, chat. Right then. We move on. We've got a couple of, what are we going to call these? Palette cleansers from r/Tfue. And of course, thank you very much to the person who found all of these stories. Was that you, Milo? Did you find that one? Because genuinely, that was a banger. But like I say, we move on. So, these are a couple of palette cleansers that I believe also were sent. Ah, yes, sir. Thank you very much, Milo. I greatly appreciate it. This one is from r/Tfue. It is from 15 days ago. So this is actually incredibly recent, written by Cheesecake Human 5289, and this one is simply titled Tfue by forgetting I was wearing wireless earbuds during a Teams meeting. And I hope that you enjoy. Yeah, Milo, goated find. So, I, 28 male, work from home. I use wireless earbuds to take calls because I hate sitting still. I like to pace around while talking, clean the kitchen, or chase my cat out of forbidden zones. Well, yesterday we had a big Teams call, cameras off, one of those quarterly strategic syncs that basically translate to a 40-minute word salad of upper management and 10 minutes of questions nobody wants to ask. I had my earbuds in. I thought I was muted. Mid-call, I start cleaning, talking to my cat. What the hell are you doing, Gremlin? No, you can't eat plastic, you tiny moron. And then I fart. Loud. Like cartoon sound effect loud. I chuckle and go, Jesus, that was bold of me. And that's when I hear my manager, mid-sentence, pause, and then another colleague goes, is someone not muted? I look down at my screen. No. I was the audio host. Everyone heard everything. I died. Instant respawn, left the call, took to a fake bathroom break, and later my boss messages me, "Great energy today. Kill me." TLDR, forgot I was the host of a Teams meeting, paced around farting and roasting my cat. Everyone heard. I will never be safe again. Oh my god. Sky, you have a similar story. Do you actually? Man, you're going to have to share that with me if you are brave enough to do so, my dude. I would legitimately love to hear it. Man, so, like I say, chat, there's a little palate cleanser for you from r/Tfue. We've got one more. Don't even unmute but the host. Yeah, for real. Alright then, chat. This one is again from relatively recently. I believe all of these were sent by Milo, so Milo, thank you so much for all of your suggestions. This person is a top 1% poster, apparently. This is, like I say, from 19 days ago by Motor Presentation 76. And this one is simply titled, Tfue, Forgetting that Elevators Aren't Private. Enjoy. For the last 2 fucking years, I've been going into the office 3 days a week. Each of those days started with me stepping into an elevator on the 14th floor and ended with me coming off the elevator at the 1st floor. In between, there are countless times where I'd use the elevator for lunch on whatever occasion I needed to step out for. Without fail, every time I have ever been in this elevator, I have been in there alone. And I do some goofy shit because it's my own personal space. Sometimes I dance to whatever song is playing in my earbuds. If it's Lil Wayne, I'll do throwing money gestures. If it's Benson Boone, I'll do air guitar and sing out loud. Imagine the high note of please in Beautiful Things. 2 years I've been doing goofy shit like this, including throwing it back and catching myself doing it and laughing out loud saying, bruh, I'm actually stupid AF. Well, today, I walked towards the elevators like usual, and I found myself alone in it once again, so I looked at the elevator's mirror and started posing like I'm in a bodybuilding contest. Started yelling out, look at you, yeah, big man on the scene, pose switch, muscle, definition. And then the elevator doors opened. So I gave myself the finger guns in the mirror as I regained my composure before I conducted myself professionally as I walk into the office. I know you're already judging. I am not judging. I think they are a living legend. And I would never do this in public, but generally speaking, these little moments brighten up my day sometimes because I get to act a fool. I live my day-to-day life pretty restrained, and this is one way for me to ease up the tension a bit. Outside of that elevator, I swear to God, you would never expect this from me. I'm so stuck up at work, and I know the corporate lingo to a fault. I'm the guy who talks about action items, meeting agendas, and product life cycles. I greet everyone with a good morning and have a wonderful night, including security. Well, today, as I left the office a bit earlier than usual, the security clerk spotted me walking towards the exit from a distance, and I shit you not, he yelled out word for word, "Prah, big man on campus!" The way my face flushed, I said, "Pardon me?" He said, "Oh, sorry, I was talking to my colleague." "Oh, have a good night." Gives me finger guns. Bro, they can fire my ass. I don't give a fuck. I am never working from the office again until he retires at least. TLDR, forgot about elevator cameras and acted like a goofball for 2 years while security was eating popcorn. Now, this person is a legend because they put the twist in the TLDR. That is a legendary maneuver. Oh my god. As if the security team had seen him doing this every single time. That is wild. They never get bored as... they probably get bored as hell and enjoy the entertainment. Shit's probably the highlight of their day. Keep doing it. Yeah, honestly, I need Scissor 61. Honestly, you are real. You are real. And I think that that's probably very true. Dang. Dang. Tim Stoker core, do you think so? Oh my god. They give them life. Yeah, exactly. Oh my lord. That is it, chat. Unfortunately, those are all of the stories that we have for today. These were all of the ones that I saw submitted. So if you want to submit stories from Reddit that you would like me to dramatically read, you know where to put them. It's in the stream chat channel over in the Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord, why not? Go and join it. We have a great community over there. Also, obviously, yes, Joe, I can see you trying to get my attention. What is going on? What is up? You need to find the Pinkle Pie Tulpa story. Dude, find it. If you do, send it to me. I would love to read it. Can we do another stream ends if you laugh ending? Yeah, of course, bud. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Do you have a Reddit that you'd like me to have a look at? If you got a thing in mind? Do you want to do another r/old people Facebook? Because I'm absolutely down for that. But before we do, chat, remember, I'm going to be featured in The World's Lair. I just want to do one more quick plug for this because these people are lovely and wonderful. If you are in London on the 27th of August from 8 p.m. till 11 p.m., snag yourself a ticket to this. Come and see me and some amazing other people play D&D. It's going to be a horror setting, apparently. There's going to be more stuff probably promoting it over on Fool and Scholars pages, so if you check out Dark Dice, you will find most of the stuff over there. They do some incredible work. Travis and Caitlin are fantastic people, and I'm sure that you guys will have a great time if you go check them out. So please do consider it, is what I would say. Please do consider it. Like I say, I will be there for one night only, playing D&D with some great people. This is what the ticket page looks like. The link is in the chat, or if you're watching this after the fact, it's down in the description. And if you're watching this after the 27th of August, then sorry, bud, you missed out. But at least you'll know what the result of it is. So I hope that it was good. All right, Joe, what are we doing? We're doing r/old people Facebook. All right, okay. So we will end in the usual fashion with r/old people Facebook. Let me just pull it up. Oh, yeah, r/old people Facebook. And it's an if you laugh, you lose challenge. Now, I know that there are people who are still confused by this. And honestly, at this point, I don't know why. But basically, the principle is, we're going to play if you laugh, you lose. Except, the thing is, when I laugh, the stream ends. That is it. So, we're going to go on r/old people Facebook, because that is a favorite of mine. We are going to have a look through the top posts that have come up from today. And when I laugh, the stream is over. It's genuinely my favorite way to end the streams. Really? Is it? You really like it? Honestly, I started doing it because I thought it would be quite fun. I'm curious about r/I didn't have eggs. Man, I will. Do you know what, Creek? We'll check that out. If you remind me of that for the next stream, we'll go and check that out. How about that? That would be fun. But yeah, like I say, chat, that's the way that this works. We're gonna play if you laugh, you lose. Except if I lose, the stream is over. It will just cut when I laugh. So here we go. I've got the r/old people Facebook open right here. And it's time, chat. It is time. Let's see what's up. Here's the first one. Brad Pitt. I've deleted my post. Sorry if I offended anyone about my Brad Pitt similarities to the girl out of Hellraiser 2. I mean, I don't even know if I could see that, to be honest with you, but do you know what? Fair enough. Easy start. Easy start. Oh my lord. Did they just drop the hard R on Reddit? Dang. Wow. Wow. Looking for a neurologist ASAP for my friend's daughter. She's 15. I had Dr. Levi from Yale. She is, but went to Guildford Hub. Do you mean retired? That's not... I mean... wow. Just wow. Dang. That, I really hope, was an autocorrect fail. Good lord. Good lord. Sirens just now. Does anyone know what all the sirens in blank just now were for? Is that it? Is there more? No? Okay. All right. Moving on. Man, I'm doing good today. Either that or these are like low tier. Susan offers Reese's reward for your animal control efforts. Beware of raccoons who invaded my back porch a week ago and ate my Reese's peanut butter cup and emptied 2 bags of birdseed. Free to whoever can catch the bandits. Sure, you, Susan, you crack on, man. You crack on. I hope that you catch those bandits. Dang. On a page from historical pictures of a town, you know you're from blank. The very worst problem you have on your plate right now won't make the top 10 problems list 6 months from now. Sure. I mean, I guess that's factually accurate in a lot of ways. There's no way I'm losing to that. Not a single chance. All right, here we go. God, this has got to be the one, right? Hope he doesn't get in touch. I haven't even chuckled yet. I am that stone cold today. My only son got married 5 years ago. Still not seen wedding pics. Wish he grow a pair. Walking down prom heavily pregnant. Summer and ladybirds attacked me. My God, that's a journey. That's a whole other story about marriage in the family. Wish my son would talk to me. Oh, it's horrible worrying all the time. Hope he doesn't get in touch with you. I wonder why he stopped talking. I wonder why he stopped communicating with you. Okay, that one nearly got me. But I'm stronger than this. I could get through that. That is fine. Okay. Whew. Princess Fallout. A comment on a video that was obviously security camera footage. Janet, the person videotaping this should be put under arrest. Anger. Janet, nobody filming. It's security cameras. Yes, ma'am. The arrest was made. The suspect known as doorbell camera was booked into custody earlier today. It's a security camera, Janet. Oh, Janet. Oh, Janet. Oh, dear. I feel for you, Janet. I really do. We've all been there, right? No, literally none of us have been there. Literally no one. All people Instagram. They're talking about a dog, not a human baby. Oh, God. Good news. I lost my baby for the same thing. I wish I would have seen her spleen removed sooner. So for you all, I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad that they put the context in there. Oh, my lord. Oh, my lord. What the actual F? What in the F is that? Oh, my God. That's wild. That is wild, but it's not going to get me. It's not going to get me, chat. I'm strong. Oh, wow. This is the last one from today. That's wild. Once again, I messenger it out. My phone is dinging away, but I can't see nothing on it. I need a nap anyhow. Pop off, Queen. Pop off. You hate it when your phone is dinging away. You really do. Don't you just hate it when you messenger it out and when your phone is dinging away? If you just got too many people sliding into your DMs? Pop off, Queen. Pop off. Wow, that was the top from today. What's the top from this month, then? Let's see. All right, let's take a look. This is apparently the top from this month. Check the eggs, Mike. Oh, you want me to have it? Okay. All right. I was going to say we could go through a little more of this. But, like, yeah, you want me to have a look at the eggs stuff. What was the eggs one again? I can't believe I've actually gotten through an entire thing on r/oldpeople Facebook. That's wild. What was the eggs one? What was it called? r/free? I didn't have eggs. IRC. Okay. I didn't I didn't have eggs. Terrible recipe reviews. Oh, okay. All right. This'll be wild. Okay. All right. Same principle, chap. Same principle. Humor. Here's another recipe. The recipe called for potatoes. I substituted rice. The recipe said use paprika. I used another spice. It said to use tomato sauce. I used tomato paste. Not half a can, a whole one. I don't believe in waste. My friend gave me this recipe. She said you just can't beat it. There may be something wrong with her. I couldn't even eat it. Poetic. I'll tell you what. Let's do top. And we'll do top of all time. Let's make this real hard. So this is I didn't have eggs except on hardcore mode. I didn't know what subreddit that does. What I know. Yeah, fucking epic. Okay, alright, here we go. Please don't eat raw sourdoughs. Oh my god. Brenda says, this is bubbling and rising but tastes foul. I had a spoonful, then my husband did. He nearly vomited. There's no way I'm making bread with this. Please don't eat raw sourdough starter. It's intended to be baked with, not eaten as is. It contains raw flour, which could cause food poisoning. Oh my god, Brenda. Brenda, what are you doing? No, Brenda, you can't get me. You can't get me, Brenda. You can't get me. You're not gonna get me, Brenda. It's not gonna happen, Brenda. Please. Oh, Brenda. Oh, Brenda. Oh, Brenda. No, not Brenda. Not today. Oh my god. Oh, water. Oh, okay. All right. This was on a recipe for peach ice cream. Jessica. Okay. I don't like peaches, so I substituted... I don't like peaches, so I substituted carrots. It wasn't very good. It needs more sweetness. No, I can't. No, I can't. I can't lose like this. Oh God. Oh, God, I put my hand all over my mirror. Oh, for God's sake. Okay. Oh my God. Oh. This recipe for Thanksgiving stuffing. Okay. Sorry, but I tried this and it was awful. It was dry and the flavor, even if it wasn't dry, was no good. A lot of the flavor issue could have been attributed to the sausage I chose. I did use Italian sausage and didn't vary from the recipe. It was disappointing. Hardly anyone, group of 17, tried it. And I ended up dumping about 7/8 of a pan. As an odd fraction. I wanted to try to salvage, but I knew I was kidding myself about anyone eating the leftovers. Sorry, just being honest. Goals for Sage? Not sausage. The herb. Not the meat. Oh God. Oh, this is difficult. Oh, this is a lot harder. God, I turned the heat up to 11 on this one. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is gonna kill me. Okay. 4 cups of apple cider vinegar and 2 bottles of wine is absurd. Yes, it was. Oh, God, please. This did not taste like mulled wine cider. I tried to make this for 2 times servings with every single ingredient. This was way too much vinegar. I had acid reflux after drinking it. No. And I had to find a way to neutralize the taste because 4 cups of apple cider... 4 cups of apple cider vinegar and 2 bottles of wine is absurd. All the other mulled wine recipes did not include apple cider vinegar. I don't know where I went wrong. Aaron Clark. B. The problem is that the recipe calls for apple cider, not apple cider vinegar. God, you better make it with apple cider juice. The drinking kind, it'll be much better. No. Oh, no. Oh, it's too funny. Oh, it's too funny. Help me. Oh, what's the next one? Christopher has had enough of reading about other people's substitutions. I substituted tofu for the steak, corn pops for the potatoes, and used some dandelions instead of the jalapenos. It was awful. Never again. Why did you use dandelions, Christopher? Oh my God. Christopher Tiffany, what have you done? What have you done, Christopher Tiffany? Oh my God. Yeah, the 5 stars. Why did they rate it 5 stars? Okay. Oh my God. On a recipe for fish pie. I love that they got called out on it. By the way, this was an absolutely elite choice, Cree. Oh my God. Andrew Allen. I highly recommend this recipe. For this, I replaced the mash with pastry. With the filling a little salty, I added chicken and mushroom and removed the fresh mince and prawns. So you made a chicken and mushroom pie?